How do there, guys, and welcome back to Edgar TV, and today I'm going to cover a story that kind of went off this recent weekend in Barnsley at a Pro Tour event. The incident involves Kim Huybrechts, Kim H, and Joanne W, which is Joanne Wright, Peter Wright's wife. Now, this is an interesting situation because actually there's so many different sides to this story. And with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through the facts and the data and things, and I'm just going to put it out there like I normally do with these sort of videos. I try and keep my personal opinion out of it and just share with you the information and the facts and things, and that's what we're going to do in this video as well. So it all started off, well, it didn't all start off with this situation. This is what came out on Twitter. Kim Huybrechts jumped onto Twitter and basically said that a lad was coming in to the Pro Tour with his dad. Dad forgot the ID, so wasn't allowed to go in. Peter Wright's his hero, so Kim went to try and ask Peter Wright if it was possible to have a 3-second video of basically him just saying happy birthday to him, that he asked Peter Wright's wife, who told him to F off apparently. Now, let's start with that situation. So the first thing is, within the venue, within the confines of the venue, no photographs, no videos, no autographs, things like that. All those sort of interactions are not allowed within the venue. The player's brief says it's classed as a place of work, so Peter Wright would have been the one. If he would have done this video, Peter Wright would be the person who, if caught, would have been up for DRA referral for making a video or something within the venue. So first of all, it would not have been allowed on that side of things, so well within the rights to decline the offer for that, and Kim probably shouldn't have asked within the venue. Now, that doesn't mean that he had to do it there and then. He could have done it elsewhere. That's the other option as well. Let's see what else came out. Kim then mentioned that he had to remove the tweets because he's getting a clear message. I probably agree with this one. I think the message, that was put out there was purely out there to flag up the situation and potentially inspire hate, which is kind of what happened when you read all those comments as well. So I understand that it was asked to be taken down, and it was very good of Kim to do so, but obviously people have already got the screenshots and things, and there's comments, and the comments still exist. If something's on there and you put tweets and replies, you can still see the replies. It just takes off the main title heading. He also put here one last thing. After speaking, I'll apologise to Peter Wright when he speaks to him. Absolutely the right thing to do. Brilliant there by Kim for putting that out. After the tournament would have been better indeed, so he recognises that the timing wasn't very good with that. However, when we say the damage is kind of done, if you look at this, you'll see here the responses from a couple of people. I've just screenshotted this. A couple of people responding there. You did nothing wrong, Kim. You shouldn't be apologising. There was no need for that. It would have taken 30 seconds end of, and also 2 seconds you were right. Now, yeah, I get that. It might not take long to make a video, but that is making a video for one person. Now, I am nowhere near the level of Peter Wright, but the amount of requests I get to make videos or to donate things like that, it's just impossible to keep up with, and Peter Wright probably gets this a lot worse. Now, the other thing that does is it sets a precedent. So if Peter Wright was to then make this video, then it would sort of be, well, why did you make it for him, but you're not willing to make it for all of us as well? So there's that side of things to look at as well. It's very vital to remember everyone's got a birthday. Every single one of us has a birthday. How many people had a birthday on that day who would have loved a video message from Peter Wright? So again, you've got to look at that side of things as well and say Peter Wright could be spending an awful lot of his day making these sort of videos, and especially when he's trying to prepare for a Players' Championship event, when he is actually at the moment challenging for the world #1 spot. So a distraction he probably didn't want in that moment. So, but Kim kind of did acknowledge that within that next tweet, then saying I probably should have actually asked afterwards. So, but like I say, some people don't see all the other bits that go on with this, which is why this video exists. Now, we've said at the very start about the DRA and the referrals and things with that, and no photographs, no autographs, all these sort of things. There are security at all these events and plenty of officials who, if this would have happened, would have called Peter Wright up on this. And rightly so, because the other 127 players out, and when I said you can't have one rule for one or things like that, and different people have birthdays and all these sort of things, exactly the same with this. If I saw Peter Wright making videos in the venue, I'd be like, why can't I make videos in the venue? Because I want to do them for my YouTube channel. So why can he make video messages in the room, but I can't make video content for my YouTube channel? And there'd probably be other people that also, well, actually, I want to make video messages for birthdays as well in here, so I can't. So yeah, it's got to be consistent. The same as in how you interact with people as well. You know, you can't do one thing for one person and then refuse it for another, because ethically that is wrong as well. You know, if I'm going to do this for this person, we can't do it for that. Now this is becoming very popular. Video messaging is hugely popular, and I'm 100% certain it made this lad's day, like Kim said, not disputing that in the slightest. But this is now why things like Cameo and things like that are becoming so popular at the moment, because video messaging from TV personalities such as Peter Wright is becoming massive. And with that in mind, how many requests do we actually think Peter Wright may get in a day? I'd love to know in the comments section where you think that may be. I would say between 20 to 30 a day requests, probably for video messaging for special occasions. That's that side. It's either a rules-based thing or an ethical-based thing, like you can't do one for one and not for another. The reply. This is where I think the situation gets a little bit tricky, because if what Kim said in terms of the response that he got was, it was unnecessary, wasn't it? It was a bit over aggressive. A decline, or we can't do that here, or like I said, it's an over familiarity. We could even have an over familiarity in the reply. You've got to think these guys were on the tour now. Kim joined, what, 2011, 2010. Peter Wright was on the tour at the time. They've known each other 11, 12 years. This could quite simply be a fact of, it wasn't meant in an offensive way, or it was meant to be rude, but it just came across that way. You know, sometimes, like, depending on who I'm speaking to, if Zach messages me something, I might tell him to bugger off, where if someone else messages me something, I would probably be a little bit more responsive, so to speak. So yeah, it could be that, it could just be, it was what it was. It was an abrupt reaction to which, so the reply is probably the thing. They was well within, well, I wouldn't even say within their rights. They was just enforcing the rules that were already there. I would say with this, it was just probably the abruptness of it. And then we go to the reaction. The reaction was this, you know, this tweet. Kim took to Twitter and put this message out, basically, like I said at the start, which was just to try and publicly highlight this issue and call out the situation. Again, unnecessary, which I think Kim, where's the, oh, that one, is it this one? There, things got out of hand and a big deal was made unnecessarily. 100% agree. There used to be a show years ago, Shooting Stars, where Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer would hold up the handbags and go, ooh! I think that's all this was, really. It was unnecessary. It was, like Kim said there, and I'm sure that there'll be a cold beer somewhere with some apologies going round, and things will be clear in the air pretty quickly with this one. But top, middle and bottom of it, the video would never have existed, even if Peter wanted to do it. And even if he did do it and got caught, would Kim then have fronted the bill for the DRA fine if the DRA fine came out? So interesting food for thought on that one. But like I say, I agree. Big deal made over nothing is my stance on this one. But now you know a little bit deeper in terms of the ins and outs of what would have been expected and what they're allowed to and not allowed to do. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed to Edgar TV already, and I'll catch you soon for some more Edgar TV. Edgar TV.